Welcome to the Soulfire Podcast, where every day we talk about real life, real shit, real raw. On this show, you can expect us to dive deep into topics like marriage, parenting, money, business, feeling like you want to give up, fighting for yourself, just straight soul healing. This podcast is all about life. Hey there, it's Power Coach Alishia here, your source of fun, funny, exciting, entertaining, and educational life coaching, transformational speaking, and soul healing. We're talking about setting your soul on fire. I specialize in helping women put themselves first without feeling guilty, getting out of their own way, and finding themselves again. No fluff, no hand-holding, no bullshit here, just love, light, and peace as we journey through this thing called life. It's day number 2 at Unleash the Power Within. We know Tony Robbins isn't coming for day number 2, and we're like, what's this day gonna bring us? Well, it ends up bringing us some people that we feel disconnected from, especially the first speaker from the day. There was a lot of disconnection for me. There was a lot of disconnection for my husband, my youngest, but my oldest, he felt like he was more connected and got some good things from the speaker for the first half of the day. The second half of the day goes a lot better. It's a different speaker, whatever. Fast forward to day number 4, and the speaker that we didn't really love on day number 2, he's back. Except for when he comes back, it's like, because this is his story, his power, he comes back so much better than he was on day 2. Day 2, he was teaching Tony Robbins content. Day 4, he was speaking from his heart. So he told a story about his mom who ended up with terminal cancer and only had 2 weeks to live. They gave her 2 weeks to live. That was it. And he was hell bent that the doctor not tell her about this terminal diagnosis because he didn't want the doctor to seal her fate. Okay. He didn't want the doctor to tell her that she only had 2 weeks to live, and then she believed that and only have 2 weeks to live. And something that he said really connected with me and made me want to share this with you in this podcast episode. And he said, cancer means can surrender, can survive. Cancer means can surrender, can survive. So if they would have told her, then most people, including his mom, choose to surrender, believing that what they're told is what is the fate of their life. And the reason why I brought this to the podcast for you is because these are both the same for your life. Lean in and listen up. When someone's told that they are terminal and they have blank amount of time to live, they only have 2 choices, right? They can surrender or they can survive. And then they can go from surviving to thriving. So basically it's 2 choices, but surviving would lead to thriving. But here's the thing, and here's the thing I want you to know, and the reason why this is a podcast episode. You are quietly surrendering to the cancer of your life, and you are living terminally right now. Someone has already sealed your fate and told you what is, and that is how you're living right in this moment. You're listening to your terminal thoughts. You're taking terminal actions. You're surrounding yourself with terminal people. You have unfair expectations set of yourself, which creates terminal depression. You're killing yourself slowly through your terminal belief that the meds you're on will heal your anxiety and depression. Here's what I want you to know. It's not cancer that's the terminal diagnosis. It's the terminal life you choose to live every single day that's your terminal diagnosis. Let me say that again. It's not cancer that's the terminal diagnosis. It's the terminal life you choose to live every single day. It's the terminal thoughts. It's the terminal actions. It's the terminal people. It's the unfair expectation of yourself, which is creating terminal depression. Your terminal belief system. Do you hear what the fuck I'm saying to you? Most people gasp when they hear someone has cancer. They fall apart when they hear that they have a terminal diagnosis and so long to live. But nobody is looking at their life right now realizing that you are already on the path to death. Because as Tony Robbins always says, if you're not living and growing, you're dying. And just listening to this podcast is not enough. Did you listen to the last episode about changing your life with one decision? It's one thing to be taking action, right? To grow and elevate your life. And it's a whole other thing to be content and taking content actions while wishing your life was getting better. Hey, are you ready for things to change? Are you ready for a shift in your life? Like seriously ready to play bigger? Then you're going to want to listen up because my free Shift Masterclass is going to help you go from feeling like your life is in this endless shitstorm to feeling self-love, happiness, internal peace, freedom, and transformation in all areas of your life. And did I mention it's free? All you got to do is go to shift.soulhealingzone.com. Again, that's shift.soulhealingzone.com. And growing bigger, and that things were changing for you. So what if instead you took a stand and you chose to survive? So together with my amazing husband, Daniel, we created an acronym for survive for you. So here you go. What if you chose to study the situation, step back from it, take a look at it and say, what's going on? What's affecting me? What happened here? How did we get here? When did this come up from? When did this start? Who was involved, right? Study the situation. And then uncover the real truth. Not the bullshit, but the real truth of what the fuck is going on. Who's actually responsible and what the fuck needs to happen to shift your ass out of it. And then you go into realigning your belief system. Because when you uncover the truth, you're uncovering the truth about what you believe, what you're focusing on, what got you here, why you're stuck here, the bullshit you tell yourself, the bullshit you allow other people to tell you. And then it's time, like I said, to realign that BS, that belief system, so that can aid you in your growth. So once you start realigning that belief system, you're looking at things from an alternative perspective. So instead of studying the situation by stepping back, maybe you're taking an aerial view and going, okay, what needs to happen to realign and readjust, recreate, or rebuild this situation, myself, my soul, my life, my relationship in a way that lights me up, that sets my soul on fire. So realign your belief system. Then validate that new belief system. So if I do that, I step into that, I show up that way, I make that decision, I rearrange things this way, I shift this in my life, how would I feel? So your validation is how you would feel if it looked like that. If how you feel is still like shit, then you need to go back and start over from the top. And after you validate that belief system, that new belief system, and it's good, it's yes, it feels right, then it's time to invest in your personal growth even more. So generally what happens, to tell you the truth, to go from surrendering to surviving, right? You're usually going to be working with someone who helps you in this area and helps you go through this process, right? But if you're going through it on your own and you're just doing what I just said here on this podcast, you can literally take 30 minutes and go through this that I just said. At this moment, it's time for you to invest in your personal growth. All right, it's time. I can see clearly here, this is where I am, what got me here. Here's the truth for me, the bullshit I've been saying, the bullshit things that I've been believing. I don't have the money. I can't do this. I'm not going to do that. The truth is, if I don't do this, if I don't take the action, if I don't show up for myself, if I don't shift, I'm going to be in this place or dead. I'm going to be in this place or worse. So it's time for me, and by shifting and by taking the action and by fighting for myself, I know that I'm going to feel better. I'm going to feel free. I'm going to feel happy. I'm going to feel accomplished. I'm going to feel loved, right? I'm going to feel secure. I'm going to feel financially abundant. But I know in order to do that, I got to get help. I got to get support. So it's invest in your personal growth. That's why in the last episode, Change Your Life with One Decision, I talk about my decision to invest yet again. And I even said to my team, why is it that every single time I'm growing to the next level, I wipe my bank account out right before that in order to make that investment? Why is it that the universe has it tied to wiping out my bank account for the next level growth? Because you know what? That's what I need. I love money and I love things. So I usually spend a lot of money on a whole bunch of things. Sometimes it's memories, vacations, clothes, whatever. But my money is best spent investing in my mind, body, soul, my mind, body, spirit, right? That really needs that. And so what I have found is the universe keeps leading me to wiping out my bank account for my personal growth, right? So you got to invest in your personal growth. And then use your vulnerability to clean your soul. When you start investing in personal growth, when you book a free breakthrough session with me, when you show up to my Shift Masterclass, make sure you're vulnerable as fuck. You go deep. You show up soul deep is what we call it here, right? At Soul Healing Zone. We call it going soul deep because that vulnerability will clean your soul. But if you're not vulnerable and you don't go soul deep, then you won't be able to clear out the shit and release it from you forever that's been stuck there. And then after that, you experience and you're able to enjoy those moments in life. You're creating more experiences and feeling more joy and being more present in those moments in your life. So instead of choosing a terminal direction, a terminal life, choose to live and choose to survive every single day. So survive again stands for study the situation, uncover your real truth, realign your belief system, validate your new belief system, invest in your personal growth, use vulnerability to clean your soul, and experience and enjoy the moments in life. I truly hope that you've taken what I've given you in this episode and let it hit you to the core of your fucking soul. Because your terminal diagnosis you gave to yourself a long fucking time ago. It's time for you to stand the fuck up, pull up your big girl panties, brush off your knees, and say, bitches, I'm here. Kick the motherfucking door open and let's go. Thank you so much for listening to the Soul Fire podcast. I truly appreciate you taking out your time to be here. I would love it if you would subscribe and share. And at the end of each episode, head over to community.soulhealingzone.com. Again, that's community.soulhealingzone.com and share with me, what was your number one takeaway? What really connected with you? What got your fire lit? What was something that you absolutely loved about this episode? I cannot wait to continue creating more episodes with you, connecting with you, and helping you through this journey on this thing called life. I'll see you later.